Well, thank you for watching our podcast again this week. I thought I'd take just a minute to tell you where we are in the effort to pass a budget for this year and hopefully get ready to pass one for next year. The most significant thing we did in the Senate this week probably was enactment of what's called a continuing resolution, which only extends for a couple of weeks. And let me put that in context. The fiscal year for the federal government begins the 1st of October of each year and runs through the end of the next September. Usually we try to pass an appropriation bill, a set of appropriation bills that will cover that entire period so that federal agencies can plan and we know what we're going to be spending. We have not been able to do that. At the end of the last Congress, we were not able to do that. In the fall of last year and the winter, we have not been able to do it so far in this new Congress. And accordingly, we've been operating on what are called continuing resolutions, which essentially are bills that we pass that say we will keep funding pretty much where it has been in the previous year, the previous fiscal year, until we get agreement to enact legislation for the new year. That continuing resolution expires here this Friday, and therefore we had to extend it. The hope was we could extend it for a substantial period of time, perhaps for the rest of this fiscal year, to get us through the end of September, but we were not able to. All we could get agreement on was a 2-week extension of the continuing resolution. We now, of course, are trying once again to negotiate funding for the remainder of this fiscal year to take us through the end of September. I hope we can do that. The Vice President Biden, is now involved in those discussions. The administration is very anxious for us to get this accomplished. Obviously, federal agencies are substantially handicapped when they do not know what their funding level is going to be from week to week or month to month or through the end of the fiscal year, and that's not a desirable circumstance. We need to change that, and we need to go ahead and enact legislation to get us through this fiscal year. And then, of course, the debate also will focus on what we're going to do in the next fiscal year, and that debate should be well underway by now. Unfortunately, we've been diverted from that debate because of our inability to get agreement for the year we're already in. So that I hope that helps explain a little bit of what we're doing. This is a subject that we will undoubtedly have a lot of news on in the next few weeks. As I say, I'm very hopeful that we can get some agreement to put stable funding in place so that federal agencies know what their circumstances are going forward, and they can make the necessary adjustments in what they're able to do. Again, thanks for watching, and we will do this again next week.